StudyIQ IAS, अब तैयारी हुई अफोर्डेबल।
May I come in?
Yeah, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Come, please sit down.
Thank you.
You are Madhav.
Yes, sir.
Madhav is a synonym.
Yes, sir.
Madhav, very interesting. Aapka, I mean, you are born in Bharatpur?
Yes, sir. I am born in Bharat.
Yes, born in Bharatpur. And one of your hobbies is birding.
Yes, sir.
Birding means what?
Sir, birding is a hobby and activity in which a person is interested in birds. He looks for the various patterns of birds, the color associated, the feeding habits, their migration route. So basically, it is a study about birds.
Study. It's not simple bird watching.
Sir, it is a bird watching. The difference between birding and bird watching is that they are used interchangeably, but the birding is a more serious term.
More serious term. But how serious are you? Because you are preparing for civil services and you are pursuing a lot of other activities. So how is it? How can you take bird watching so seriously? Time wise.
Sir, the main season for bird watching is during the winter season. So during my winters, I usually stay at Bharatpur, and in the early morning, I used to go to the Kerala National Park, which is an important site for the migration of birds to occur. So there I practice my bird watching, and usually in the other parts of the other time of the year, if I get the time, I usually visit to some places to do bird watching.
Are you compiling your material to produce some book or coffee table book or a serious book or something like that?
Sir, that is a more scientific study which leans towards ornithology. But as of my bird watching is a hobby in which a person is interested and try to identify various concerns related to birds and a general keen interest towards wildlife. So it is a basically hobby, not a very scientific study. So I am not into that much research to publish a book, but I am generally interested in trying to
Then
find
what is
out.
the objective then?
Sir, the objective is that the bird watching is a hobby which is close to the nature, so it brings peace and helps in applying tranquility to oneself. And also, there are a lot of things that a person can learn from birds. For example, team building is an exercise that birds teach us.
ये तो थोड़ा poetic हो रहा है. Where is the time to learn from birds? One can learn from so many things without birds.
Sir, it is a
एक तरफ आप कहते हैं you are not it's not a hobby, it's serious. दूसरी तरफ आप serious काम कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं.
Sir, I try to relate like in any field, a particular research and development and a particular time is donated towards studies that will result in some outcome. But as a perception, I'm trying to learn various things. For example, this year the migration of the birds is delayed. Usually it begins in around first week of October, but in this year they come at the last week of October. So there are reasons for the migration that is delayed because of the climate change. So these are the various reasons that I'm trying to find out, and it is a generally interesting hobby. So that is why I
one
pursue
more
it.
part to this is, since you are watching birds and taking the whole exercise bit seriously, like how many varieties, or you call them species? Species?
Yes, sir.
How many species have come into India from outside during last, let's say, about 10 years?
Sir, if we see the total species that are found in India, there are around 1200 species of birds that are found in India, and around 400 species are migratory that come to the park. And in the Kerala National Park, we have around 350 species of birds that is found there.
No, how many have come in and kind of settled here?
Sir, there is no settling. Like the migration is a set pattern. The birds come in the winter season and they depart as soon as the summer strikes.
Are you concluding that no species have come and stayed here for good? I mean, not the entire flock,
Sir,
but quite a number of them.
Sir, there are some birds which are not able to go back because of some ailment, but there is not a general choice of birds that they stay here. Some birds stay there, but usually the whole flock they go back, and some birds due to some ailment or other reasons they stay here.
This sounds not correct, because I won't know the name, because I also watch birds seriously because I am outdoor number of times in a week. So there are number of species which have, not because of ailment, or in quite a number of areas of India, you find the same species which migrated from your snowlands, and they are happily settled. If ailment were the reason, it won't be possible to.
Sir, there is two kind of migration that is found. One is from the outside, and another is the local migrants that are found in the various parts of the Indian subcontinent. So some birds, as India is situated in the Central Asian flyway, so from Siberia they come in the cold season and they settle. Like there has been some of the cases like white storks have been found in the summer season also at some places. But generally there is a pattern that migratory birds usually return. But
Yeah, that's why they are migratory.
They are migratory.
Okay, thank you.
Madhav Upadhyay,
Yes, sir.
have you heard of Roshni Act?
Sorry, sir, I
2001?
am not able to remember right now.
There is one Indian sociologist and anthropologist who introduced Sanskritization. Have you heard about him?
Sir, if I remember it correctly, it is M.N. Srinivasan. If I'm not.
You are right. What was the purpose of writing this?
Sir,
book?
the exact details I don't know.
Okay, then tell me the significance of G20.
Sir, G20 is an intergovernmental organization of around 19 countries, and European Union is there. That makes it 20. The significance is that it is an group of over 85% of the world population and 85% of the world GDP and 2/3 of the world population, which is one of the largest in the world. Secondly, there are some global issues like the global recession and also the after effects of COVID and the Russian-Ukraine war. So it is a group which can simultaneously hold meetings and lead world to a common stage. And also for India, it is a platform to be a voice of the global south and also be a good diplomatic relations with other nations. So it has multi facets of it.
So it will be useful to our country?
Yes, sir, it will be useful.
Okay. Tell me something about Elon Musk. Have you heard about him?
Sir, he is the founder of Tesla, and also SpaceX is a space agency that is registered to him. Also, he took over Twitter recently. So,
And Starlink?
the Starlink is one of the major initiatives in which
person of electrical engineering, so
more than 10,000 satellites has been launched. There is a plan to launch more than 10,000 satellites so that the cost of the internet is reduced and its reach is.
Don't give me guess. How many satellites you own?
Sir, exact number I don't know, but
so then don't say 10,000.
Sir, but Starlink project, in my knowledge, is a constellation of around 10,000 satellites that likely to be launched in the future.
Okay, good. Thank you. Sir.
Madhav, geology is your optional.
Yes, sir.
How do you think it is going to help you in administration?
Sir, in geology, we study the various facets. For example, first is the hydrogeology. So, I have a general better understanding of the aquifer knowledge, so that will help me in understanding.
So, as a district magistrate, first you will go to the district and start looking for aquifers?
Sir, as a geologist, as I am studying geology, so I will have a better understanding and
what are the other documents in the district you think can give you the better idea of its geology, geography, all other things?
Sir, there must be archives of previous studies of agencies like the Geological Survey of India. Working plan should be there about the topography of the region, and some more details should be there that would give me an idea. Apart from that, latest technology like remote sensing surveys can be done.
That doesn't give you history. That doesn't give you the history of.
Sir, the archives will provide me the history.
With the gazetteer, not the archives.
Okay.
Okay, tell me, you are into birding. How many types of birds you can recognize?
Sir, I can identify over 50 species of bird.
How is the paradise flycatcher different from the bee eaters?
Sir, the paradise flycatcher.
Have you seen them?
Sir, I've seen them. Sir, I think it is of green color, mainly the paradise flycatcher. And if we can differentiate it from the bee eater, it's mainly because of its tail.
The bee eater is of what color?
Sir, it is found in different colors during plumage, but a paradise fly eater is of green color, and the tail is a two-pronged, if I remember it correctly, of paradise fly eater.
One part you remembered very well, but it is not green in color, it is black and white.
Okay, sorry.
How is golden oriole?
Sir, I am not.
No idea.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay. you are birding guy. Why did Siberian crane stop coming to Bharatpur?
Sir, the Siberian crane has not been sighted since 2001.
Why?
There has
Why?
been a few reasons. First is like the Siberian crane used to fly over Central Asian countries. So there has been a theory that due to illegal hunting, the population stopped. And also, if we see the history of the national park, around 2004 and 2005, the water was not present in sufficient quantity. That does not provide the feed. So a particular pair of Siberian crane visited the park, but it left the park to Talabshahi Dholpur that year because the feed was not present. If we look into other reasons, there is a contradiction between scientists and researchers. For example, there was a native species called as Paspalum distichum, also known as encha grass, which used to provide a platform. So when it was declared a national park, initially it was thought that as the grazing was stopped, so this grass was not eaten by the buffaloes there. So this was a theory that due to this grass, the Siberian crane used to stop coming to the park, but it is not a proven theory, and so these are the main reasons.
Which is the new destination for these birds?
Sir, if we see the population of Siberian crane that is found in Siberia, they are found in two parts.
No,
western and
which
east.
is the new destination, winter destination?
Sir, I am explaining that. So the western part used to come to India, it has stopped coming. So that part is not migrating at all. One flock is migrating to Iran and other flock is migrating to China.
Okay. What are the issues of tariff, electricity tariff, and how you can fix it? What are the suggestions to solve those problems? Tariff, you understand, right?
So the pricing.
The pricing of electricity, yeah, unit pricing of electricity. What are the problems, electricity board or tariff related issues?
Sir, the main issue is to harmonize the tariffs related to renewable energy and the fossil fuel sector to come at a common pricing, and also the tariff related to that now we are installing renewable over the houses, solar tops. So how to exchange the rates between if there is excess production, how a person can supply it to the grids, and what is the tariff pricing mechanism there. So these are the two major issues that I think.
Last question. You are from Madan Malaviya Nagar, right?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Madan Mohan Malaviya's contribution to education policy.
Sir, Mahamana Madan Mohan Malviya ji contributed a lot in the education sector in the nation. So he started the first and the largest residential university, also known as the Banaras Hindu University in Banaras. And also our college, the Malviya National Institute of Technology, is named after him. So these are the major contributions of him in the education sector.
Madhav, there is a famous character in web series Madhav Misra. Are you aware of it?
Sir, I think in Mirzapur,
No.
not in Mirzapur.
He's the same actor, but not in Mirzapur. It's in Criminal Justice.
Criminal Justice.
Have you seen this web series?
Sir, I've seen the first part, I think.
Okay, first part is enough. So, can you tell me what are the three traits of Madhav Misra that you also imbibe?
Sir, first is that he is honest. Second is he is dedicated. And third is he is persistent and patient. So he, in any case, he usually goes into the details of the cases and goes to any extent to solve the case. So these are the three characters.
So can you tell us one of the incidents of your life where you have gone into the detail, you have shown the persistence?
Sir, I would like to illustrate an example from the birding. So usually in the Keoladev National Park, Saras crane is the emblem of the park. So it is a bird which is frequently sighted there. But to my disadvantage, I was not able to sight the bird after 3 or 4 years. I usually sighted it from a back in a foggy winter morning, but I was not able to identify. But persistently, so we identify the bird by its call. So we skipped a few villages, and through a few fields, I was fortunate that I was able to identify 42 Saras cranes at a particular moment. So it was one of the major moment of my life.
Can you tell us why you so desperately wanted to identify or wanted to see a Saras?
Sir, because it is the largest crane found in the world, and it is a very beautiful bird, and it is very rare to see the mating of a Saras crane and to identify the crane. So its call is so auspicious that it could be heard over kilometers of away, and it is the emblem of the national park. So it is a very important bird. So that is why I wanted to say.
Okay. So you are also a electrical engineer, right?
Yes, sir.
So we see that the railway engine, usually electric circuit is completed when we have two wire, but railway engine electricity supply happens through only one wire. So how is electric circuit completed?
Sir, that I have no idea about. I will look into.
Think what could be the possibility?
Sorry, sir, I am unable to.
Okay. Do you know the working principle of a motor?
Sir, it works on the basis of an electromagnetic induction. So when electricity is supplied, there is a magnetic field, and in the magnetic field, so the motor converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. So this is the basic principle.
It is not the answer of an electrical engineer. I expected something more.
Sir, this is the basic mechanism, but I will read more about it.
Yeah, please read about it. Okay, so suppose you join one of the services apart from IS, some other allied services. How will you utilize your knowledge of electrical engineering over there? Say you join IRS. So how will you utilize this?
Sir, as an engineer and as an electrical engineer, we work in closed feedback system. For example, we used to take surveys about the feedback, how the output is performing, and simultaneously make changes in the input. So this is a basic idea that if I am an IRS officer, I will take feedbacks from the department with the help of surveys and identify what is the problem that is lacking, and simultaneously make efforts to increase the efficiency of the system. So this is the basic thing that I will do.
Anything else?
So anything, sir, else related to an electrical engineer also, an engineer have a scientific temperament and logic and understanding, so that can be applied in any field to have a better understanding.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Madhav.
Thank you, sir.
We meet you again in a short while.
Thank
Please wait outside.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Madhav, sit down, please.
Thank you.
This is your first attempt to appear for the interview?
No, sir, second interview.
So first attempt was?
Sir, first attempt I could not clear prelims. In second attempt I gave the interview. This is the third attempt.
Second attempt you appear for the interview?
Yes, sir.
How did it go?
Sir, I scored 110 in the interview.
Why?
Sir, there was no...
What could have gone wrong?
Sir, as per my understanding, the interview was good, but I could not identify anything much wrong that could land me at 110.
No, but you must have been. You spend one day, tomorrow itself, introspect, talk to people, talk to experts, find out as to what was missing. Mock interviews take couple of more mock interviews, not too many.
Sir, I've introspected many times, but there was no particular
Just sit with some expert to introspect.
Sir,
you may not be able to.
I have done that. I have got 110. I have done that many
times. You talk to people, who are in this field. You talk to them. We give you a couple of ideas now. You take couple of mock interviews, but don't spend too much of time in mock interviews, because the crux of the matter lies, that would give you some idea as to why you couldn't have gone beyond 110.
Okay.
Your love for birds is absolutely visible in your eyes, in your body language, and in whatever you say. You have a lot of material to say, and you insist on saying that.
Okay.
What I want to say is the same spirit must spread into all other areas, including your domain area, basic studies, into your optional subject, because you have chosen out of engineering to go for anthropology?
Geology.
Go for geology. So, you have to do very hard work. That is we all have discussed about you. And you draw up a timetable.
Okay.
Go as per that. You have plenty of time. Spend a lot of time in reading some textbooks, but spend more time on related developments going around these areas. Okay. Right? And be a little thorough on your hobby also, and keep your mind a little, open. Don't dig heels. No, this is what I say is correct. So always say, yes, sir, this could be the possibility, and I'll need to go through this more. Okay? All the very best to you. but take it seriously, please. Don't second attempt है आपका ये. Don't miss this chance. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
StudyIQ IAS. अब तैयारी हुई अफोर्डेबल.